Hey everyone, it's the Chaplain here coming to you with a bit more of Operation Market Garden. If you don't think the Axis powers are in trouble, have you really been watching the game? So usually in rounds 3 and 4, it starts looking really good for the Axis, but then in 5, 6, it starts to turn, and we're at that point now. So Japan has had some hard decisions to make. The decisions that Japan makes do not come lightly. And I know I'm going to receive some flack for this, and I know I'm going to get some criticisms for it. But I'm in charge of Japan this game, and if any of the naysayers don't like it, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to do what's in the best interest of the Axis powers, and I'm going to do what's in the best interest of the Empire of Japan. I'm going to do as much harm to my enemy as I possibly can, so we'll see how that goes. Let's get into it. Really quickly before we get started, I just wanted to remind everyone that my stand broke, so I'm using my hands for this. I also wanted to show off some new pieces that I just got in from the one and only Panzer King. When he hit 100 subscribers, he sent me 4 green Oscars and 4 white zeros, and it was amazing. And then when I had my tournament last March, he sent a bunch of planes down for prizes and told me I could pick what I wanted. So I picked 2 of these white bombers and 2 of the green bombers. I got a few more planes and some dive bombers as well, some tactical bombers. But I, in playing this game, had a ton of my painted orange units on my carriers and in my land masses, and it just wasn't pretty. They weren't meshing well, and so not only do I now have these, but I also have all of these. And those, and that air transport, along with all of those. Yeah, baby. Japan is by far my favorite country to play, and having these beautiful painted pieces just makes it that much more enjoyable. So, little plug for Panzer King here. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you head over to his channel and check it out. See if you can win some of his awesome prizes. Man, when he paints stuff, whew. This is fresh off the line, factory conditioned stuff here. Nothing for the Americans to shoot down. All right, let's get into J5. All right, so I had 74 to spend, 24 on 3 destroyers, and then a sub and 3 infantry makes for 15 battleship, cruiser, and infantry makes for 35. That is all my money spent. There are no leftovers. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, you should take Sumatra and get your IPC bonus. By taking this, I would get the 4 for the island, plus 5 for my controlling 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, whatever, those 4. And that would be pretty sweet. But the American fleet right here, represented by the lone destroyer, is sitting over here. He would just take them back. It's not worth it to me. Excuse me. It's not worth it to me. Especially when he has jet fighters, man. Come on, right? And Anzac is lurking out here with a bunch of subs. It's just not worth it to me to lose whatever forces I would lose in the process of taking Sumatra. So that's off the table. I am, however, going to move into West India from India because I took India. And I'm going to move a tank. Easy there, boy. This is me holding the camera with my right hand. And then this is, moving pieces with my left hand. 2 infantry and 2 artillery. Into West India. That's worth 2. I'm going to go ahead and hit up the tracker chart now. Dadgummit to heck. I'm knocking stuff over. Oh no. Splash to 0. Hold on 1 second. That moves us up to 48. And UK down to 28. That's fun. I'm also going to move 5 infantry from Yunnan into Szechuan with an artillery. So that's another 2 for the Japanese. I'll go ahead and move that now. Japan is back up to 50. And China China was making too much money, guys. They're still making too much. They're down to 13. And then, unfortunately, I only have one more combat move, and that's the battle here in North Korea. I'm just going to take it back from the Russians. He has a lone... I'm going to set my arm down here to try to stabilize this. He has a lone infantryman, all right, and I've got 3 transports. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take him off because I know he's going to be toast. Because I'm sending 3 infantry on my transports, 3 artillery. Okay, I'm also airdropping 2 infantry. Okay. So, I need an air transport marker for this guy. All right, look, there's a bomber in Japan who just flew over into Korea. There's an old air transport that's actually painted like an air transport that I'm going to swap places with. Okay, that's my air transport. He's obviously going to land here, but just to make sure everyone feels good about this, okay. Obviously, I don't feel good about that. All right, now, that's worth 3, so I definitely need to roll it out. I'm not going to send any planes. I'm not going to send any... All right, so I have 3 artillery, which boost 6 infantry, which I don't have. I only have the 5. So I'm just going to throw all those. And here is his defense. So, get that out the base. Get in there. I just need 1 hit. Okay, I got him. And his defense is a miss. Yay, I took Korea. I don't even need to move any pieces other than what I already moved because I win. Japan goes up to 53. Russia goes down by 3. Pardon the mess. I'm working on getting my stuff ready for my tournament. That's just a bowl of plane. There were some other planes that he sent. Panzer King sent. These are from the game America, I believe. But yeah, so I've just been prepping and trying to get stuff ready for my tournament coming up next March. Be aware of that. All right, non-combat moves. All right, I've got this bomber here who's gonna fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and land in Japan. All right, 2 destroyers from Sea Zone 6 coming down to the Philippines. The sub is coming down. Okay. 2 battleships are coming down. Hey, Rob, let me ask you a silly question. Yeah, viewer, go ahead. Cruiser's coming down. How come you didn't take Hawaii? Because that's what he wants me to do, friend. Fully loaded aircraft carriers coming down. This fully loaded aircraft carrier is coming down. This fully loaded aircraft carrier is coming down. I don't have enough magnets on that guy. This fully loaded aircraft carrier is coming down. These have to stay there because they were moved. You know, here's the thing, friends. If it is a trap, I move to take Hawaii. He moves and reclaims the Philippines, makes good on MacArthur's promise. Then he can just start clearing Southeast Asia. He can start clearing those money islands. He can just, and my fleet's going to be over here, right? There's no way that my 2 destroyers and battleships and stuff are going to come over here and take San Francisco. If I was a more ambitious man, I might attempt it, but unfortunately for you, viewer, I am not. I do get to rail 3 units here, so this artillery and 2 infantry, stand-up airbase. You're going to be railed 1 into Burma, 2 into Yunnan, 3 into Guangxi. Why did you move 2 of your... Well, friend, that's because he's super artillery. Boosts 2 guys. This tactical that was in Burma hold on 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. That wouldn't work. 2, 3, 4. How about this? One of the fighters that came down actually flew down. 1, 2, 3, and he will land on the Philippines. 4. This tactical here will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and land on this carrier, but I'm going to swap it out for a white one. Oh no, it already is a white one, sorry. Because that was what was on the naval ships. Okay. And then this tactical that's in Burma is going to fly 1, 2, and I'm going to swap him out for a white one. That's what I meant to do. Okay. So, I've also still got all these planes in Yunnan. What are you going to do with all that junk in Yunnan there, Bob? Well, I'm going to move it. Obviously. But we have a problem, friends. Because the Chinese and the Russians are encroaching on one of my points, 2 of my points. The Americans and Anzac are encroaching on another one of my points here. So what do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. All the planes that are in Yunnan are going to fly. And that's these, by the way. All the planes that are in Yunnan. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tacticals and 4 fighters. I think I want to put them. I think I want to put them in Hong Kong. So I'm just going to write HK. So 4 tacticals and all these fighters will be represented by this guy here in Hong Kong. 5 tacticals and 4 fighters are in Hong Kong. It doesn't make any sense. I'm a ding-dong. It is just a game. All right, so let's do a recap of forces in West India. There are 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and a tank. In Calcutta, there is nope, because I didn't place my units yet, you ding-dong. All right, fine. Place many units. 1 destroyer goes here with 2 infantry. All right, the other 2 infantry left to place are here in Japan, obviously, with 2 destroyers, a sub, battleship, and a cruiser. All right. Now, West India didn't change. India, Calcutta itself has 2 infantry and an artillery. The Sea Zone has an aircraft carrier with a fighter and a tactical. There are 3 transports and 1 destroyer. Java got stranded. Infantry and 2 artillery. Hong Kong has 4 fighters and 5 tacticals represented right there, HK. Guangxi has an artillery and 2 infantry. Over here we've got 5 infantry and an artillery in Sichuan. In Sea Zone 6, battleship, cruiser, 2 destroyers, sub, 3 transports. In Korea, 3 artillery, 5 infantry. On mainland Japan, there's a strat bomber that's an air transport, 3 AAAs, and 246 infantry. Over here in the Caroline Islands, 2 infantry and a AAA. On the island of the Philippines itself, 1 lone Jap fighter, which I should probably change to green. There you go. Green. 2 battleships, a cruiser, 2 destroyers, a submarine, 4 aircraft carriers with 2 tacticals and 6 fighters. That's the Japanese turn. All right, let's see here. On the chart, I'm at 53. I'll get 3 for this because I have Guam. I do control Calcutta, so it's 61. I don't have that. I don't get that anymore. I get this one. Okay, so it puts me at 66. So Japan will collect 66 IPCs, and that's J5. So obviously some of you are going to come in and say, man, you should have done this, you should have done that. And hindsight's always 20/20. But like I said before, I did what I believed to be in the best interest of the Axis powers, and I did what I believed to be in the best interest of the Empire of Japan. So, it is just a game. I'm having a blast, though. It's a lot of fun playing with these guys, Hilltop and Corporal Clegg, Detroit when he hung around with us, Hell on Wheels UK, my partner in crime. He was the European Axis, now he's just Germany, but that's okay. It is just a game, and I am having a lot of fun. Like I said, don't forget to check out Panzer King's channel and all of his painted customizations, all the things that he does. He's really big into Global War 36. I'm trying to get him into BBR. And in fact, this last shipment of planes that I received was because I sent him some BBR material, stuff that he'll need to actually play the BBR game so that he won't have to print it off himself, etc., etc. Also, look at this. This isn't even all of it. Like, I have 5 versions of 2nd edition G40 and 1st edition. I've also got 2 Europes, a Pacific and a 1914, but friends, this isn't all, because I've got more down here. Wow. And some of those boxes have multiples in them. Like the classic, you see 2 boxes, but there's actually 4 classic games in there. The revised, you see 2 revised, but there's actually 5 revised in there. I pulled a lot of the pieces from my tournament, obviously. But one last plug, one last bit of information. I am still looking for sponsors for my tournament coming this March. It's a BBR tournament. I held one last year in September. No, I didn't. I held one this last year in March. Sorry, Bloods was in September. I held one in March in St. Louis, Missouri, USA. It went really well. We had 4 tables. We had 18 or 19 players. It was a great time. Next year's looking to be a lot bigger. This is not me officially opening up registration. It is not officially open yet. That video will be forthcoming probably this coming week. But I'm almost at capacity already with the verbal commitments. So if you're looking to sponsor so that this event can become bigger and bigger, there are still some things that I need to make this happen. I've got Rich at Combat Miniatures, who's a great guy. He has great product. He has great customer service. He's a sponsor, a donor. Doug at Historical Board Gaming is a sponsor and donor. He and Rich last year went above and beyond. And then there's just guys in the community that just like to give and contribute to this sort of thing. And so I've got a couple guys like that that are on retainer, if you will, that have sent us money to be able to make this happen. So there are still some things on the list, some things that need to be gotten. If you'd like to be a contributing factor in that, just shoot me a message or send me an email, thechaplainmo@gmail.com, and I'll put that down in the scrolly text thing. But anyway, long story short, I am the chaplain. I'll be praying for you.